Hello, this is a special BMA Placement Edition video. Yay! Okay, I just want to touch base really quick on a couple things because I want you guys to feel comfortable making some decisions and choices and offering up suggestions because I think you guys have it all in your brains, but you're not necessarily always sharing those. So I did ask Vicki and Emily to work on an updated document to be shared with me around between 5 and 6 in the morning that both you and the nursing staff will do together. I'll put that in another update as well. But that being the case, I'm really hoping that you guys use that tool to help you identify if there are things that you think could be done differently or units that could potentially be switched. So for instance, this morning, we had a bunch of COVID beds available across the house. What we didn't have was ICU bed availability. So one of the things to keep in mind is that we have been splitting some of these units. For instance, SICU Station 1, we have done 4 and 4 for quite some time. Obviously, that was all COVID there for a while, but because we had, I think, 10 COVID beds, ICU beds available this morning, it made sense for us to convert that unit back to half COVID, half non-COVID. Those are the kinds of things I really love for you guys to keep an eye out for and start suggesting, or either to me during day shift hours or to the house manager and say, hey, I think this could really benefit us by blah. If that choice is made, just shoot me a text and let me know that that decision has been made and that that unit is going to be converted. That allows me to articulate to senior leadership and operational leadership early in the morning what we're doing, so they don't feel like they're being notified on the back end, or they find out without me telling them, which is never good either. So I just want you guys to start thinking about that. I'm really trying for people to, let us manage that and work through it, but we have to be proactive in doing that, and we have to be very articulate in why we are going to do that. So I know that you guys can make those decisions, and I know that you're smart enough to do all that, and I know you understand patient flow really, really well. So don't hesitate to raise those thoughts or concerns or questions or suggestions. I really, really, really want them from you. To that end, I want you guys to start thinking about Children's Hospital a little bit more. I personally have put it on the back burner, mainly because the fire has been in the adult hospital, as we all know. But I do want to make sure that we are using our pediatric beds appropriately. We should never be turning away transfers right now because of lack of bed availability. If we have negative pressure beds in the PIMQ and we have a PIMQ patient that needs to come, we need to figure out how to get that PIMQ patient in there, whether it be to place it in a negative pressure bed for the time being and then make more room, or start to look at patients that don't have to be in the PIMQ proper but can go to our other units. We just need to start really engaging in that conversation a little bit more. We're falling behind the 8 ball. We lost 2 transfers we probably should never have lost due to bed availability, when we didn't have a bed availability problem, really. I know it's kind of confusing with these negative pressure rooms, but we need to start thinking outside the box on how to get those PIMQ beds available as well as our negative pressure beds, so that we are not losing transfers and other types of things. That, of course, is still in the works. Brandy and Vicki are meeting with a group in the Children's Hospital, including our favorite, Dr. Brandon Smith, on bed placement protocol for Children's Hospital. The goal really being to get as many kids in the door as possible and try to avoid some of this while we fill up our PIMQ and our Peds Acute floor, but then HEMONC sits with half of their unit open. We really want to utilize our beds smart and as much as possible. So some of that will come. We'll have more direction in the future, but I think in the interim, don't hesitate to be creative. Don't hesitate to ask the questions. Don't hesitate to try. Just please remember to do it with a kind and compassionate manner. That's really important. And we need to make sure that we are always approaching people with an open mind and that we are not telling them what to do. We want to suggest, collaborate, but we do not want to be condescending or descriptive or difficult. Even though they can be, we won't be. We can't be. We have to rise above the line. Yeah. So, just a quick little note that I want to tell you all. Even if you don't do placement, it's important for you to know so you can support your placement people. That's a huge thing. And work together, right? All right, guys. Thanks. Have a good one. Peace.